Welcome to Worthington Home. I'm Chris. Today I have good news and bad news. The bad news is that I have a lot of boring errands to do. The good news is that I'm going to have time to stop into a few thrift stores on the way home. So let's see what we can find. It is a gorgeous spring day. I love it. My first job is to drop this stuff off at the post office. This is just some eBay packaging. And after that, I'm gonna head to the grocery store. Okay, let's see what we have here today. I like this glass, but unfortunately there's just the one. This is a really interesting piece. That is a very cool mug. This is a sweet basket. It's Delft-like, but not Delft. $3.99, and the pink labels are half off today, so that's important to bear in mind. I like these little containers for storing berries, strawberries, blueberries, that kind of thing. I think that's a really cute look. This is a great teapot. I love the colors. It's hard to see who the maker is. $9.99, but pink tag. So this is a definite possibility. I'm gonna think about this one. This is a really cool bear figurine. It's so sculptural. No maker on it, and it doesn't look old, but definitely a fun piece. Let's see what else we have here. The shelves are pretty bare compared to normal. This is a nice china set. I like the flower design around the rim. Dynasty fine china, $2.99 for that serving bowl, which makes me think that the whole set is probably pretty reasonable. This is a really cute hand-painted looking piece, $2.99. And I like this tissue box cover. My grandmother used to have a lot of those around her house. It brings me right back. I like the little pansies. This tray is cracking me up. We had this tray when I was a kid. It's not in very good condition. Otherwise, I would probably buy it just for the nostalgia of it all. But for now, I'll probably just hold on to it and just remember seeing it from my childhood. This is an interesting kind of etched aluminum piece. I don't know if that's etched or embossed. I'm not sure. Everlast, $5.99, half off. Cute little piece. Oh my gosh, we had this piece as well. That's so funny. My mother always served peanuts in one of the compartments. I'm having some strong childhood memories here. This is a very pretty plate. Johann Haviland from Germany, Bavaria, Germany. I see a lot of those pieces around and they're always very well done. This is a gorgeous underplate. I think it's an underplate because it's so large, made by Lenox. That would look so beautiful as part of a tablescape, but unfortunately there's just the one charger here. I didn't see any good comps on eBay either. These are awesome. Mother makes a happy home. As a mother, I could not agree more. I love these little saucers, but there were no teacups to go with them. And they're little Mikasa pieces, but with no teacups, they're kind of a dud. This is a cute little pumpkin candy dish. I could imagine candy corn in that sucker. I love this black dog mug. I might pick this one up. It's nice and chunky. $1.50. Yeah, I'm gonna give that some thought, but that's probably a yes. These are really nice wine glasses. They have nice heft to them, and I like the pattern and the stems. $1.99 each. I need more glassware like I need a hole in the head. These are interesting. I'm not quite sure what they're for. They look like repurposed soda bottles. This is a lovely covered glass piece too. I really like the handle on that. Clear glass can be hard for me to resell, but I do like it. And this one is only about $2 because of the pink tag. Okay, I'm a sucker for a Pyrex measuring cup, and this one is not a bad price, but I don't think you can see it very well in my footage. It's very, very scratched. And this one is very, very scratched as well. It's just not in good enough condition to purchase. Otherwise, I definitely would. I like this egg container. This might come in handy actually in my own house. I like the lid on it. That could be nice as a piece in my own refrigerator, so I'm definitely gonna think about this one. These are pretty little plates. Cute little butterfly. It's not in great condition, but I like it. This is an ashtray. It's like a kind of marbled material. $5.99, but half off. It's a pretty little painted piece. That would be good actually for 4th of July decor. Should have thought of that before. I was thinking that this green basket could be great for doing yard work. $6.99. If it was $3.99, I would pick it up. It's a very strange handle on this basket. There's lots of little odds and ends baskets in this section as usual. This guy's bottom piece is falling out. These turkey candlesticks are interesting, and I'm trying to imagine them as part of a Thanksgiving tablescape. They don't have any special marks, and the wells where the candles go are very shallow. This is an adorable little Lenox. It looks like a cake plate, except it's teeny tiny. You could probably put a cupcake on there, or certainly a candle and use it as a candle stand, which is probably what it's for. Here's another egg container. Look at that, but this one is kind of bowed. The cover doesn't sit flat on the container. I don't know if you're seeing that. See how it's bowed up? So that sort of thing would drive me crazy. So for that reason, it's a no. They always have so many little drink holders here. This brings me straight back to when my son was little and loved Thomas the Tank Engine. So cute. He had this bowl with little matching utensils to go with it. This little plastic measuring cup is kind of damaged and no special marks on it. I love this little Tupperware container. I wish it was in better shape. If it was, I'd pick it up. It reminds me of the red one that my mother had. The price is good, but it's damaged in ways that, would just affect the value too much, unfortunately. Lots of scraping along the sides and discoloration. Here's another little Tupperware piece. I like the orange color. This guy has seen some hard use as well. I love these shoes. They're Cole Haan heels, but I'm not really doing much in terms of clothes reselling at this point. Still, they're really cute. All right, we're heading on to the next store. Let's see what they got. Oh, Savers. I feel like I live here. This is interesting. This is a Bleak Christmas plate with the 3 kings on it. I've never seen a Bleak Christmas plate before, but there wasn't any good comps on eBay for this, so I put it back. And here is another A Good Mother Makes a Happy Home plate. This one's actually cuter in red, made in England. Adorable. As a mother, I approve. These are too much. I love bookends as a general rule, and these are adorable. $10.95 is a little pricey, but I'm gonna think about it. And I like these candlesticks. If they were $4.99 for both, I would do it. And this little carolers piece is really fun. $6.99. That would be really pretty for somebody's holiday decor. This is a really sweet Lenox candlestick holder, or a candle holder. It's not for candlesticks. Very pretty. This is a little no-name orphan candlestick. This little Christmas tree is cute, but not old. These glass hurricanes are absolutely gorgeous. At $20 a piece, I'm gonna pass them by, but if they were $20 for both, I would definitely grab them. Nice wine glasses. $8.49 for 8 is a very good price. And some milk glass wine glasses, $3.49 for 12. I don't see 12. That's confusing. That set must have gotten broken up somewhere along the line. And I like the smoky glass effect on these and the nice chunky stems. Very nice. And some more glasses, $6.49 for 8. These are awesome. If I didn't have so much glassware in my eBay store right now, I would definitely pick those up. And I like the Christmas tree. Check out these white with gold sort of swirl glasses. They remind me of the bus from the Partridge Family. Anybody remember that show? If you do, leave me a comment. An interesting lamp. I don't really love the mushroomy sort of background on it, but I like the pattern. Yeah, I like the pattern very much. I just don't like the color in the background. And this white and green lamp is really nice for $19.99. That's not a bad price. And this one has a definite 1980s, early 90s feel. Yeah, it looks like a number of lamps came out of one house, would be my guess. It's a little cornflower blue pie plate, Corningware. And this little covered casserole dish is super cute. More Corningware. That's a nice little piece. Glass bake doesn't sell too well in my experience, but I do like the pattern on that. Pie plate. Stoneware pie plate. These are cute. They don't look old, but I like the colors and the patterns. Temptations. I like how they stack as well. Okay, if you need a teapot, I know where you can find 1 or 10. They've got every color and shape imaginable right here at Savers. Here's the silver section. This bowl doesn't belong there, but I like the red swirls in it. $9.99, that's a really pretty piece. And they have quite a bit of silver and a little bit of pewter. These milk glass compotes are nice, but $12.99 for that one is more than I would pay. And this one is $19.99, although it looks a little bit worse in terms of condition. Or maybe it just needs a good wash. Cute little false craft platter. Those always come in handy. This is a pretty little covered dish. That's very sweet. Lefton. I would pick this up if there wasn't a chip on the lid. It's kind of a non-negotiable condition problem if you ask me. What do we have here? Very pretty painted plate. Oh, chip. That's too bad. This is a very pretty pink plate. $24.99 is more than I'm going to pay for elegant depression glass. It just doesn't sell, but it is a lovely piece. And I like this one as well, $24.99. This is a more recent piece. Great colors. It has almost like a peachy undertone, but again, they just don't sell too well for me. This is a pretty pink bowl. I like this one very much, but not for the price. $24.99 is definitely too much for that piece. Otherwise, I would probably pull the trigger on this one. And this cute little tidbits tray has been here the last 2 times I was here, and I still do really like it, but it has all this damage around the rim, which is probably why it hasn't sold. Too bad. A lot of condition issues in these kinds of stores. This is fabulous. This is $8.49, and it's a newer Johnson Brothers piece. And I didn't know Johnson Brothers made more recent things. I thought they were just a kind of very old company that did lots of antique and vintage china, but that's a great piece. Doesn't sell well on eBay, and there were a lot of them for sale, which is why I didn't buy it. This is a pretty plate for $4.99. Arlene, I think it says. I like this cake stand very much. That little sort of gold center detail is a bit unexpected. Very pretty piece, quite heavy as well. This bowl is lovely with the open lace detail. $5.99. It doesn't look like there's any chips or cracks on this, but I would be a little bit nervous to store this or to ship this. I would hate to cause any damage to a piece that pretty. Cute little trinket box for $3.99. If I needed one, I would definitely grab this one. I like it very much. No special marks that I can see, but definitely a useful piece. This is another great compote. I like this a lot, $7.99. We know that clear glass doesn't tend to move too fast, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate how pretty it is. This piece has been here for a while as well. Look at the details in the leaf pattern. They look like little tiny dots. I don't know what you call that, but it's very different and gives kind of a shine effect that's very nice. This clear bowl with the little sort of purple tinting on the edges is very pretty, $9.99. Like all of that etching. Cute little gravy boat, $1.99, can't beat that. This has that similar effect as that other piece we saw that had the like sort of dots in the leaf. Again, I don't know what that's called. If you know, please leave me a comment. I would love to find out about that. This is a great little sauce boat, and I would love to buy it, but not for $24.99. It is Lenox and would be beautiful for someone's holiday table, though. Too much for me. Another great lidded jar in glass. I have so many of those at home. So here are the contents of my basket, and I'm doing that thing where I really think carefully. Like this figurine is cute, but I don't think I want to pay $9.99 for it, and it doesn't look super old. These are plastic glasses that I think might be really nice for use on my patio. These casserole holders are nice, but I have some. The white basket I was just using to carry stuff. This is a great strainer. I'm giving this a lot of thought. It's Villeroy and Bach. And these bookends are just adorable. I've never seen any quite like this. So even though they're $10.99, I'm probably gonna end up picking these up, I think. Check out this tin. I have never seen one like it. I love the colors. There's clearly something shaking inside it. So I wanna see what that is. Just very curious about what this is holding. And it's a bunch of sewing stuff. got lots of that at home, but I don't have a canister like this at home. And I do love an old canister, and I love anything that sort of has that British regimental feel about it. And this also looks very vintage, so I'm intrigued. Okay, but we need to wind this up. It's getting time to go home. Well, I picked up quite a few things, and that's exciting, but not really so much for resale. I got one thing only for resale, maybe, and I don't know. I don't know how well it will resell. I mean, if it doesn't, I'm happy to keep it, but I'm definitely a little bit concerned with like how much I'm keeping lately. I mean, you can't be a reseller if you're keeping everything. It just makes you, I guess, just a keeper. Or a hoarder. I don't know, but I need to work on that, I think. Well, the spoiler alert is I think I'm keeping it all, which is, not entirely true, but a little bit true. So let's get started with, I think, what is my favorite purchase of the day. So at Salvation Army, I found this great bag. It's not good, like it's not shaped properly right now, but it's in amazing condition. It's really super clean on the inside. And it's this great kind of mustardy color. It's a wonderful neutral that kind of goes with everything. Oh, let me see if I can show you a little better. Here we go. So yeah, just a really simple classic bag. It's got the feet on the bottom, which I love. This is Etienne Agnier, which I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Let me show you the label. And I paid, there I am. I paid $8.99 for this bag. And this brand doesn't seem to resell very well at all, which doesn't matter because I'm gonna keep this one. I think it's a great bag and I'll be really happy to use it. And I've been thinking I hadn't seen a good bag when I was out thrifting in a long time. And then this one popped up. So I like it a lot. While I was at Salvation Army, cat, I also picked up this really pretty teapot. I love the colors and the shape. It reminds me a little bit of Aladdin's lamp. Although I guess Aladdin's lamp would technically be like brass or bronze or something. But yeah, I thought it was really fun. I liked the stripes on this piece. Let me see if I can show you the bottom well. Here is the bottom. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the sticker off. The sticker says $9.99, but the pink stickers were half off. So I paid just under $5 for this, which I thought was a good price. I wasn't gonna pay the $9.99. That seemed like too much, but for half price, I decided to take a chance on this piece. It seemed to have pretty consistent resale potential on eBay. Here we go. I'm hoping, oh, what a glare. Hoping you can see that. So this piece was made in England. I'll write the exact name down in the description box so you can see it really well. And I need to clean this piece up, but I liked it a lot. I also, a little bit randomly, bought this refrigerator egg container, I guess you would call it. You may know that we have chickens, and so we get a lot of eggs in our house, and we tend to reuse egg cartons over and over again. And sometimes, you know, eggs will kind of break. They'll have a tiny little crack that you didn't know was there, and they'll break and make kind of a mess, and then you throw out the carton, which is fine because we're just reusing it anyway. But it would be, oh, sheepers. It would be nice to have something like this that we can not only kind of clean and reuse every time, but also stack things on top of if we want to, without worrying about, what is happening? Without worrying about damaging the eggs. So this was, okay, I think the cats have calmed down now. This was $1.99. It holds a dozen eggs, and this is gonna get hard use in my house for sure. I found this mug. It's the Black Dog from Martha's Vineyard. Really cute. I love black dog merchandise because it reminds me of my licorice. It's a black lab mix. And this is dinerware, so it's nice and chunky. This seems to resell pretty consistently, and if it didn't, I'd be really happy to keep it. But my intention is to sell this particular mug. I also bought some clothes at Salvation Army just for myself, which I'll show you very quickly because I know a lot of people are not here for clothes, they're here for vintage stuff. But I just bought this pretty little, it's like a little vest, a little shawl, like a layering piece, very pretty. I love blue. It's got this nice blue pattern on it, and I think it would be really pretty in the summer. This is nothing to, oh, and that was, where is the price? $4.99. I bought this pretty striped shirt, Faded Glory, nothing fancy, $4.99. But it's the kind of basic I will just reach for again and again, I know. And then I bought this sort of very light green. This is Danskin. And this was $2.99. So just a couple little things to throw on in the summer. I find in the summer I need a lot of clothes because I love to garden and I get all muddy and sweaty and I need to take like more than one shower. Sometimes I'll take 3 showers in a day. The cat just jumped on all the empty grocery bags. If you're wondering, oh my God. You know, you probably really don't believe me, but I swear my house is never this chaotic except when I'm filming. It's like the animals sense my energy or they're weirded out by the fact that I'm talking to the camera and everybody gets really like super escalated. So I apologize for all of the noise and like mayhem. It really is the exception to the rule, to be honest. But anyway, then I went to Savers. I went back and forth on this Villeroy and Bach strainer. It's a nice enameled piece. Here's the label. It's in really, really nice condition. It needs to be cleaned. It was $7.49, which is a little bit much. They do resell on eBay, but there are a few on the market. So there is some competition as well. But then I liked, see the detail in this rim, very much reminds me of my Port Marion set, even though it's not Port Marion. So kind of almost question whether I should just keep this because it would be kind of a nice companion piece. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. And I'm not sure, I might've paid too much for it, but yeah, after going back and forth, it ended up coming home with me. So, oh well. I bought 4 plastic water glasses. They were $2.99 for the 4 plastic. And I bought these because we're getting to the season where we're going to eat outside on the patio when it gets just a tad warmer. And it is so much easier to just have stuff like this. And if it falls off the tray when we're bringing it from the house to the patio, it's really not a big deal. And obviously much less heavy than if we bring real glasses as well. So these are great. I can throw them in the dishwasher. If anything happens to them, it doesn't matter. But, oh! It's just that. Why? So anyway, I'm keeping them. The next thing I bought, all right, I'm taking the bag away from these cats. This is what all the noise is about. She's darting in and out of the bags and occasionally jumping on her brother. Yeah, yeah, you're feeling crazy. And there's her brother, and he's crazy too. And these bags were neatly folded on this little window seat, and now they've had cat antics, and they're on the floor. So that's what we were hearing in the background. So I'm gonna move these bags so that we can have some peace and quiet. Mindy, say hi. Okay, I think that will be better. So the next thing I picked up were these antique car bookends. There's 2 of them. And they were $10.99. And I just don't think there's any resale in these at all. There's nothing marking them on the back. I saw one set for sale on eBay, but I didn't see anything that had sold. But I thought they were just really, really cool. I love the black, red, gold. I just love everything about these. And as you know, if you've watched this channel before, I have a very extensive book collection. So I'm gonna keep these. I might even put these somewhere in the study. I just couldn't leave them behind. And I thought it'd be nice to have them. So they will live with me. The last thing I bought was this canister, which needs to be cleaned up, and it's very scratched up as well. So some of this is going to clean and some of this is permanent. But I thought it was really fascinating and I just had to have it. It holds a bunch of sewing stuff, but I didn't buy it for the sewing stuff because I have all this kind of sewing stuff and I don't need more. Although this thimble is very cute. No, I really bought it because I loved this canister. I thought it was great. So I'm actually going to remove the sewing stuff and do whatever cleaning up I can. Here is the back. And we can see this originally must have held something. It must have come with cookies or something in it. But I really liked it. Again, I thought the price was a little high, but I've never seen one. I love stuff like this. So I decided, you know what, for just myself and my own collection, it's worth it and I'm gonna pick it up. And I'm glad I did. The next thing I plan to do today is finally get some seeds into the ground. So I need to start my vegetable garden. I want to plant some beans and some lettuce and some other things that can still withstand our kind of funny New England weather. Connecticut in April is always a crapshoot, and even May sometimes can be a little bit questionable in terms of, you know, friendliness towards plants with frost and weather and all that kind of stuff. So there are a few colder, hardier vegetables that can go in now. I'm gonna do that. I've got some compost to put down, maybe get the garden beds ready. So that is gonna be a whole project. I love to garden. I didn't get to do much of it at all last year because just as the season had gotten started, I fell and broke my leg and I missed the whole thing. So this year I have no plans to break my leg. I plan to keep both of my legs in one piece and garden to my heart's content. That said, I just want to point out I'm not an accomplished or expert gardener, but I am an enthusiastic gardener, and I think that is good enough. Just wanted to show you, do you see how the leaf pattern, I told you this needs to be washed, I haven't done that yet, but do you see how like the leaf pattern on this pretty little strainer matches the leaf pattern in my Port Marion? I mean, they're not exactly the same, but they definitely go nicely. And I think they bring out similar kinds of colors. There's the cat. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about keeping this piece. Oh my goodness. Our kitty's off the counter. Yeah, so I might keep this piece. I don't know, what do you think? Should I keep it or should I sell it? Do you have any advice? Do you see what I'm seeing in terms of it kind of going? Now here's some more Port Marion. I mean, it just sort of, I think it kind of goes. I don't know, what do you think? Just in case you're wondering, here are the seeds that I'm going to try to get into the garden today. These are all cold hardy, as I told you, so I think they'll be okay. And it will be fun to start growing something after a long winter. This is my very beat up gardening bag. You can see all of the dirt on it and all of my little implements. And Indy's like, where are you going? So we're going outside. This is the dog fence onto the brick patio, and down the hill is where I keep my garden beds. You can see I've got some pretty tulips blooming. That little bed needs to be edged and needs some mulch. Look at these bleeding hearts. Aren't they so beautiful? I would normally have these in vases in my house, but not this year because of the cats. But I think they're gorgeous. And every year, this whole patch gets bigger and denser, which I absolutely love. I think they're really sweet. And they have a nice long blooming period, which is great. That's an old fireplace, an old stone fireplace that was put in by a previous owner. We've never used it, but there used to be a tennis court out here, so I imagine they had some pretty fun times. And there's an old windmill way in the back. I don't know if you can see the metal structure. We actually keep the original blades in the basement of our barn. And here is my garden bed after I cleaned it and mulched it and weeded it. So that looks a lot better, but I have 3 other beds that I need to do that with. This bed, I raked the straw up that just kind of protected the soil for the winter, but I need to weed it. And this one, I haven't even raked the straw up yet. And this one, I've raked it, but I haven't removed it. And coming inside, I have a cat in a box, because why not? Mindy. Mindy. I thought I would show you how nice the new glasses look with all of our outdoor dishware. We don't use it in the kitchen, we use it on the patio, but the patio table isn't out yet for the season, so I just wanted to give you a sense of how nice they look. They really don't seem like plastic until you touch them, but I think they look really pretty, and I think we'll enjoy using them this summer. I did decide to keep the colander. I'm sure you're not surprised, but I think it looks really nice with the rest of the Portmeirion. Oop. So here's what it looks like. I think it's in good company. In case you're curious, here's the other side. And this is a spode plate that I recently thrifted. I think that was in maybe my last video, but I think it looks really pretty there. And I like how it kind of breaks up the consistency of the Portmeirion look with the ruffled edges and the basket pattern. It kind of goes, but it's also a little bit different. And I feel the same way about the colander. It's got the nice colors, but the pattern is a little different, but everything matches. Yeah, I really like it. So it's the next day, and I thought I would give you a little update on how things are going. First of all, I went to clean that little that plastic egg carton container that I had picked up, and you will be interested to know that it essentially melted in the dishwasher. So it wasn't dishwasher safe. It became like really super like warped, and you couldn't get the top back on the actual container. So that ended up in the garbage. I wish now I had thought to take a picture of it for you, but I was so annoyed, I just threw it in the garbage. So that was one little update. Another update is that I had forgotten to show you 2 of my purchases from Savers. And one includes these cute little earrings. I don't know if you can see those well, for $2.99. And I also had bought these earrings for $2.99. So they're really cute, and I thought I would show them to you by trying them on right now. They're just little fun things. They're nothing of value, and they're just for me, so. But I think these are really cute, and I really like them actually with this outfit, so I'm gonna wear these after I try on the next pair. Those are really cute, and then these are a little bit funkier. But you know, for under $3, I'm willing to be funky. We can give it a try. All right, let's see where we are with this. Okay, here they are. I think these are really fun too. Yeah, so nice little addition to my jewelry collection. Like I said, not fine gems. This is nothing from Tiffany, but it's a lot of fun. And now I'll put these on for the rest of the day, and I'll show you some other things as well. Ta-da! I decided to put the antique car bookends right here on the little shelf I recently thrifted. I think they look really cute. I don't know if I showed you this lamp that I put on top of it. This is a really, really good Art Deco lamp. And I'm praying that the cats don't jump on this. So far, so good, knock on wood. And I put a little antique mirror right on top. So I am loving this piece, just like I thought I would when I originally saw it. It's worked out really beautifully. I felt like my last arrangement was a little bit off, so I moved the books around a little bit so I could show two of them off especially, and so that the bookends really kind of pop against them. And I really like the way this looks. I wanted to show you what happened with this canister. As you can see, I got a lot of dirt off it, but I caused paint loss. When I tried to get some of this lightened up, the paint just came right off. And this is why it's never a good idea to buy something damaged, because as soon as you've got a little bit of damage, the whole piece is vulnerable to something like this. So it's still interesting. I don't mind having something with a little damage. I definitely shouldn't have paid I think I paid something like $9.99. I don't remember exactly now. I shouldn't have paid that much for it. For $4.99, sure. You know, I wouldn't have minded that. But yeah, so just, you know, a learning moment for me, or a reinforcement that if you buy something damaged, you're really taking a risk, and you really better think about what that's worth to you monetarily. So I'm gonna keep this, but I'm not such a happy camper. That's my sad story, and I'm sticking to it. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me as we did some thrifting and I shared some of my eBay experiences with you. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.